kitchen into a family-friendly lab. Together, we'll discuss chemistry, biology, botany, nutrition, physics, and more. So join me and my friends here in my home, in my kitchen, and in my lab at Kitchen Science. So, for this episode, we're going to upcycle crayons. So if you have a lot of old crayons laying around the house, you can melt them together and make just one big crayon instead of having to go out and buy a whole new pack of crayons, and then give the larger crayons to like smaller kids, because the big kids probably broke their crayons. So we're going to be back. What I'm going to do, I'm going to separate all the crayons out by color and remove the paper wrappings and break them into smaller pieces. And then we'll put them on a double boiler over here on the stove top. Melt them down, put them in some muffin tins, and let them cool in the muffin tins. So I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna sort these and remove all the papers. So back in a little bit. Alright, so welcome back. I've already taken all the papers off of the crayons, broke them into little pieces, and then put them into these little muffin tin covers in my muffin tin. So I have reds, kind of light purples and reds here, blues, purples, greens. I combined the gray, black and white, oranges, and then a few yellows. I'm going to try to separate those out. And in the pot, I have some browns. Hey, welcome back to Kitchen Science. So, hey, I finished melting the crayons and I put them in with muffin tins and I'm letting them dry right now. So, I'll be back once they dry. Well, not they dry, once they cool off. Because once they cool off, they get kind of hard. So you can actually start coloring with them. I'm waiting till they're completely solid or solidified. And then I'll show them to you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, so welcome back. I finished with the crayons and I let them sit for about a day or two in the muffin tins. You don't have to let them sit that long. I just let them sit that long because I was busy doing other stuff. So once they've gotten pretty solid, take them out. And honestly, like, within an hour, they'll be fine. I was working on some other stuff, so I kind of set them to the side. Take them out the muffin tins, and obviously they'll be as big as the number of crayons you started with. And because you're using like the wax paper and it's fluted for muffin tins, you have little edges on them. But those just kind of crinkle right off. You use your fingers, go around them and crinkle them right off. Break them right off. Kind of break the little edges off. Scoot that out the way. And my form. I'm going to get a sheet of paper. Alright, so I got some little note cards. You can see. So you can kind of scribble on the sides of them to get the rest of those little pieces off of them. But I mean, they color just fine. I mean, they were crayons. You just melt them and put them in a different shape. So if you have a house full of crayons and you want to have something to do with them, you can just melt them down into blocks. And then kind of the more you color with them, those edges are going to smooth down to where it just be like little colored discs. So it'd be good for somebody who doesn't have, you know, really good grips or little hands can hold it. I have like long hands and I'm 6'4", so it doesn't really matter for me. So just how you upcycle your old crayons, and then you can smooth them out and then give them to the little ones with little hands so they can have their own like little crayon blocks. And then with this one here, it's like 3 different colors. So this was it's black. You see a layer, camera, there we go. See a layer of like gray, and then the white is on top. But the white kind of blended in with the gray, so it's more of a black on one side and then gray on the other side. Yeah, so that's it. That's how to like upcycle old crayons. You've been buying a bunch of crayons year after year for school. And then you end up with a whole bunch of crayons. You're like, well, I don't want to throw them all away. So that's it. Thanks. Bye. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. Be on the lookout for new content